Jesus, I gotta shave and get ready. Hey guys, welcome to the MaskMonger channel. It is I, the MaskMonger, Finny Radlock, Tim Cecil, Chill, whatever you want to call me. Thank you for clicking on the thumbnail and checking me out. If you have never been here before, I'm a mask maker. I am also a mask collector, and I build other things too. And this channel, I do unboxings. I make boxings, as in I make items and package them for other customers. I do commission pieces. I talk about stuff, bands, music videos, movies. Yeah, because it's my channel, I'll put whatever I want. But thank you guys once again for being a part of this and clicking on here and checking me out. Being on here as long as you have already, you're probably bored because I haven't even got to the point of this video, which I'm going to do right now. So, Palefest is coming in a couple weeks. Well, 3 weeks. As of I'm recording this, and I have not released any exclusivities that I've done for Palefest. Now, if nobody knows what Palefest is, it's all over YouTube. Get on the House of Masks with AJ Good. It's being run by him and Bishop of Paleface & Co. Paleface & Co. Palefest makes sense. So they started this, I want to say they skipped last year and then had done 3 years prior. I was fortunate enough to join the second year of Palefest in 2023 when Bishop hit me up with me and my little Island of Misfit Toys pro wrestlers to do schlock treatment there. And with only 5 of us, we put on one hell of a show. And not only do we do that, I brought masks because I'm also a mask maker. It makes sense. And Palefest is probably the biggest, arguably the biggest convention when it comes to, or 2-day event, whatever you want to call it, festival, when it comes to mask making, horror, like monsters and whatnot, and just metal, especially like new metal and stuff like that. Like, so people my age, like I'm like 40 and stuff like that. Well, not 40, I'm 43. And then anybody with that whole metal genre, and they have some great acts coming this year. Buckethead's going to be here. Bootsy Collins going to be here. Green Jello, Mauled, Anders, the original singer of Slipknot, is coming and doing the original run of MFKR, which is going to be exquisite. So a lot of you guys that are my age that have not knocked any of these names off your bucket list yet, that is like probably the best reason you need to put your butts in Middleton, Ohio at the Land of Illusions theme park, because also tons of haunted houses and a water park, and it's a no-brainer. You guys should just do it. I don't know why you haven't yet. So I'll put the link in my description if you haven't yet to go get tickets. But anyway, so yeah, I didn't do it the first year. But the second year, I decided, because I was invited back as a vendor this time, and so I wanted to do some special exclusives for Palefest. And I did some special Johnny McChills, where, if you guys don't know, Johnny the Fridge McChill was one of the wrestlers that we had at Palefest. It became just immediately loved by all. It's not a man in a cardboard box. It is a giant wrestling refrigerator. And Johnny the Fridge McChill just so happens to currently be the World Oddities Expo champion. I started doing the thumb wrestling. I'm the only professional thumb wrestling promotion in the world. And it's so kooky and fun and like vaudevillian. And it's really out there, but then it isn't, because if anybody that's a fan of like death matches and stuff has seen no ring death matches. Now, we don't get bloody or anything like that, but it's basically no ring combat. You just have to pin your opponent's thumb. Well, Johnny the Fridge McChill is currently like loved amongst a lot of people that go to the World Oddities Expo shows. So I'm thinking about doing another small line of McChills, but as of right now, that's not what I'm announcing. What I'm announcing is the fact that this is a mask that I've been wanting to do since 2007. Some of you guys may know, and if you do, cool. I used to be a fan and listener of an artist that went by the name Dr. Steele. Some of you guys don't know who Dr. Steele is. Some of you guys have just now heard from my mouth, Dr. Steele. Dr. Steele was an industrial hip-hop opera artist, as coined by, one of those like gothic magazine type things. Rue Morgue magazine. So yeah. And I guess he originally started in Texas and moved his way to California, started to build himself a gathering. I myself discovered him in like 2005, 2006. I was looking for just some funny covers of songs, and I found Inspector Gadget and then found his website. Matter of fact, actually, I mainly found him through this group called the Mad Clowns, based out of California, where they were one of the first to really show off like the long chin, bald, big wig, like that style of horror clown, which a lot of people started ripping off shortly after that. But on their website, they had a link to Dr. Steele, and I went and checked it out, and his music was amazing. I loved it. It's so crazy and out there and stuff. And the one song, Drop the Bomb, was a big reminder of my my juggaloism with the song Toy Box, because it's got 10 toy packed with 100 pounds of nitro. Let's go toy bomb a roller skating disco. So like he's got songs like that and stuff. Winky in C minor, like really good stuff. So I started following them. I joined like their little fan club. I even became a Yellow Jacket in 2007 by getting his name talked about at Hot Topic, which Hot Topic at the time was more of a bigger deal than it is now. It's just kind of, it's like a Gadzooks or like a Claire's or something. But back in my day, in the early 2007s, it was like a really big to-do. And so the fact that they even contacted Dr. Steele and stuff made me a Yellow Jacket, which in his group were kind of like the higher level fans, because they had toy soldiers, which is what I originally was. They had toy scouts, toy nurses, and Yellow Jackets. And then based on that, because of my fandom with them, I even had my own division of Team Action Figure, where we were pro wrestlers, pro steel, and also a slasher, which was soldiers lending assistance through scary blah 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 blah. But it was fun. But the main thing was Team Action Figure. We used our wrestling personas to talk about basically it was a stable of wrestlers who were Dr. Steele fans, and there was me, Fat Stuff, Cyclone J, and a handful of others. Some even got like tattoos of him. I'm not that crazy. I mean, I have a Juggalo tattoo, but then like I was like, I'm not gonna get a Dr. Steele tattoo. But he even went as far when I made this little faction. He went as far as to make an intro, like audio intro for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to unleash Team Action Figure, Vinny Ratlock, Cyclone J, Fat Stuff.
And so one of the other things I did was, being the leader of it, I already had, which I haven't now, I got a shave. But my original look back in the day was just the soul patch and sideburns, the chops, and nothing else. Well, my eyebrows. but nothing else. And I wore goggles, and I've always worn goggles. I wore goggles before I even knew who Dr. Steele was, and I even had that style of hair. Now his was kind of like chops, chin strap, and then beard. Mine was close to it, but didn't have the chin strap. But I had that look before I even knew who it was, and I was wearing goggles before I knew who he was. And I kind of pointed that out, like just like in fan emails back and forth. And what I really liked though about him as an artist was he tried to answer as many emails as possible. So whenever I would email him, he would email me back within like a day or two, and that was fun because I think that was one of the things too, is because I was one of those fans that was geared into how can I better help somebody. Like if I'm into something and I want other people to be into it, I always as a fan go, what can I do to better promote something that I'm into so other people are into it too? And I think he recognized that. That was one of the reasons why I became Yellow Jacket, and I think it's also the reason why he allowed me to alter his logo that he made into something of my own. Now at the time I was wearing this neon yellow outfit, and I wanted to have a different look to it. So instead of doing goggles, which at the time was his big thing, I ended up having like a neon sunglasses with the LED wire in it that glue or glows. Well, either way, neon yellow as well. So I had his style logo, which he was always like angry, frowny, looking mad. I flipped it to where I just basically took the smile, flipped it upside down, or the frown upside down to a smile, and made it look more like, hey, you know, just something that simple, but you know, people loved it. And people that didn't know who Dr. Steele was saw my logo and would talk to me about it, and that's when I would let them know that it was an alteration of this logo, and people would see that one, oh, what's this about? And then I would talk about the website. So I basically used my version of his logo to, you know, preach about his music and stuff. I made a lot of good friends all over the world with his music. Like even over here I have some artwork done of me by Sebastian Rigling in Germany. Sent it to me as a Christmas gift. I have other goggles which I knew, if I knew where they were, I'd show them off too, done by, oh, they're there. Give me 1 second. Here, check these out. Boom. That's so cool. So anyway, yeah, made tons of friends all over the world and stuff. But I eventually went back to goggles because sometime around 2011, he quit. He just upped and quit for his mental health, and understandable. So I was still using that basic gimmick when I was wrestling. I went from being the yellow, you know, the neon yellow jacket Vinny Ratlock to just being the rad scientist Vinny Ratlock, because I'm like, well, if he's going to step down as mad scientist, I want to step up as scientist. And I still had the gimmickry, which he still gave me permission to use. So I traded in the neon suit for a lab coat, and went back to goggles. So I altered my original look with the sunglasses to the goggles, and then from then on, just like I said, I still use the logo to this day. But one of the things I thought would be awesome that I just never was able to do was I wanted to make that logo into a mask. There, after 13 minutes, boom, I just finally told you the whole idea of this video. And with the help of scanning and photographing and the weird Z sculpts and the free online STL sculpts and even last minute help from a friend of mine at Not a Mask Co., we were able, and the fact that I also got my hands on a 3D printer, I was able to finally achieve this. And what I'm going to do also is, I love the look so much, and I know there's still toy soldiers out there So I now have it available as a mask, and it is a hard-shelled 3D printed mask. It is a wonderful piece, and I'm going to show it to you right now. Here we go, in all of its glory. Kaboom! Check that out. So I did some more alterations, like I made the teeth more individual instead of just because when I originally was looking at the sculpt, like on a 2D, fine. On 3D, I'm still kind of was like off. I was like, let me change it just a little more. Boom, we put teeth on it. The sideburns and everything, like this is painted. The sideburns and the beard are felt. So you notice that right away. Wonderful padding on the inside. And how we do the eye cups is I can also wear goggles, or if you have to wear glasses, it's one of the things that a lot of people have always complained about was I would love to have a mask that I can still wear my glasses on. So I don't have my glasses with me, but yeah, it's like, which I'll go get a pair of glasses, put them on, and then put them on this, and you'll see that they are comfortable even with glasses. In fact, I even wore them with my goggles, which have, I'm wearing my big silver goggles inside the mask comfortably. It doesn't hurt or anything. So, this piece is going to be my first announced Palefest exclusive.
What do you want? To see what your insides look like.
There you go. So I'm only going to do a very limited run of these guys. I'm going to say 6 or 7. And I'm also going to have some very, very rare, probably 1 or 2 pieces that are going to be orange and blue. If I have time, I might do a green and purple one. But these are going to be my main guys. Am I going to have other specific Palefest exclusive pieces? I don't know. But if you keep watching this channel, like, share, comment, subscribe, especially subscribe. If you've been on here this whole time and you've been watching my videos even for like a couple weeks, there's people who have been watching my videos for the past 3 years that have commented and saying, I still haven't even subscribed yet. I don't know why. Me neither. Why not? I'm almost at 1,000. I've been working on getting 1,000 subscribers for the past 4 years. And I've had people go, why don't you have a million? Well, because. And some of the people that say that haven't even subscribed yet. So it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? If you're like, why haven't you gotten subscribers? I don't know. Why haven't you subscribed? So make sure that you've subscribed. Also, if you have subscribed and you are a fan of my content and everything, have you checked out my Patreon? My Patreon is only $2.99 a month. There is a bare minimum vault series where you get to see some of the stuff that was on this channel and is no longer on this channel. But for $2.99, you get access to these videos before anybody else does. You also get to check out all of the specialty wrestling stuff that I have that's normally only available on IWTV, which IWTV you have to have a $9.99 subscription for, which isn't bad because you also get like thousands of different promotions from like Germany, Japan, Australia, the UK, India, Southern Africa, like all these different places. But if you're only wanting my wrestling, which is It's a Badass Pro, What the Fuck Wrestling, Pollux Power Pro, Panic at the Dojo, Cabin Fever, like those shows, you get on the Patreon for $2.99. You're saving $7. So why not go to my Patreon? So there you guys go. It's the Vinny. I didn't come up with it. I was just going to call it the Vinny mask. Boom. So now I have my own specialty mask that's available. I have that rat mask, but the rat mask is a one-of-a-kind alteration, which I'll still wear from time to time. But this is specifically a Vinny Ratlock mask. Also, once again, I want a big shout out to Jeff at Not a Mask Co. for helping me this. Like I said, it was a full-on solid head, and he helped do the sculpt. I could not get the sculpt of the back to save my life, and he did it perfectly. He did such an excellent job, and thank you so much, Jeff, for helping me and getting this fixed. Like I said, I just got the 3D printer. I'm still learning the 3D sculpting and stuff. There's a couple other projects I'm doing right now. I'm basically using these little projects to expand what I'm doing 3D sculpting wise. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that those come to fruition. There you go. So check it out, guys. And once again, as they normally say,
make sure to press the like button, smash the subscribe button, and guess what?
what?
Turn on the notifications. Thank you. See you soon.